Just a quick note about the water chemistry data for the Little Cannon River. The file that you find from the assignment folder is going to look like this. And you'll note that the time, the site number is the same as for the discharge data. Time is here. And we have both date and timestamp when the grab sample was taken. We have chloride, specific conductivity, water temperature. I assume that's orthophosphorus. Transmission tube, which would have to do with turbidity, ammonium, something about recreational suitability, pH, E. coli, sulfate, turbidity, dissolved oxygen, total suspended solids in milligram per liter, TVS in milligram per liter. I assume that's total volatile solids. The total phosphorus, Keldol nitrogen, which would be total nitrogen, which would include both nitrate, nitrite, and organic nitrogen. And then we have here the sum of nitrate and nitrite, and most of this is going to be nitrate. So we're going to, in the analysis that you're going to do, you'll assume that this is nitrate in doing the calculations. All right, so we have the date, timestamp, and discharge is not given specifically here, but you can line these values up with the discharge values that are taken from the continuous record. So you'd be able to so for instance and actually some of these have two values on a given day, but for instance on March 14th, 2011, you'd be able to go to the March 14th, 2007, March 14, 2007 data record from the stream discharge or river discharge, and you'd be able to use that discharge as the value associated with at the time when this sample was taken. Now, in some cases, a sample will be taken and discharge will be non-existent for some reason or another. Maybe they didn't measure the flow that day, the gauging station wasn't working, the data might not be good because of some, let's say, ice, which would probably be the case here in March. It's hard to say. In that case, then you'd have a sample without a discharge reading, and you wouldn't really be able to use that in the load duration analysis. So you really need to have a discharge value, but as I mentioned, you can get those discharge values in different ways, and here we have a direct way in that we have measurements of discharge at the same location as the monitoring station. And all you have to do is line up the dates associated with those. So that's really all I wanted to say. We've got these values. These would be the sample values for total phosphorus, TSS, that you will use in doing your load duration calculations.